All right, so now we're going to talk about our forehand side. And remember, I've said this, your forehand slice much, much more difficult than our backhand slice. And the big struggle that players have when they're practicing their forehand slice is they're opening up their body too much. So it ends up being kind of a pulling motion in this direction instead of a forward motion. So this non-dominant side, we're always using that non-dominant to help us push through the ball. Okay, so I've got my little visual that I have set up for you. Okay, so it's going to be that same pushing motion. So here's my paddle prep, okay, to the ear. Basically look where my wrists are. They're very close together. Okay, so now back foot, front foot. So when I strike the ball, I'm pushing through the shot and opening up my paddle, okay? So I'm going to take a couple balls again. Okay, and what's great about your ball drop for the forehand is you're dropping the ball, so it's actually practicing engaging your non-dominant hand. Okay, so I'm keeping my shoulders very close. I'm going to do a nice high one, and 1, 2, 3. That was kind of, I didn't like that one as much because I kind of opened up too much instead of kind of keeping at the angle as long as I can. Okay, so I'm going to give myself a little windy, so I'm going to give myself a little more room, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and see how, again, I'm holding through my target. I'm not boom, boom, I'm push, and I'm really using this front leg to lift my hips, lift the body, and pull through the ball. Okay. If I want to go, if it's going to go a little lower, then my contact is still going to be from a high position, but I'm still opening this up. So it really just depends where is the strike zone, okay, on a contact. So especially when we're talking like return of serve, this is extremely helpful, okay, when someone gives you a lob serve, okay. So when someone's giving you a lob serve, the mistake players make is they let the ball drop too low, and what we're actually trying to do is this motion, this slicing motion, okay. You're almost letting that ball come up, and you're either going to take it shoulder height if you can on that forehand or backhand side. That's the best way to manage a loop serve. You're getting your forward energy, you're contacting the ball in front, and you're not giving up your position. So a lot of times this shot is really helpful, let's say, especially if you're reaching. Okay, so if I'm reaching towards that ball, okay, and I've got my opponent pulling me out wide, but I don't have time to get to the ball as much, maybe I'm going to step out, okay, from here. So now this is really the leg I have to load from. And here's that benefit of I'm in the reach, so I don't need a backswing. I can just kind of push through and let that do the work for me. So that little slice is a really, really important shot, redirecting the ball, especially when you're in trouble. Okay, so if my opponent, okay, has pulled me out wide and I don't have as much time, well, learning to direct this ball straight down the line is going to neutralize a lot of situations that players struggle with. But again, we're just thinking of our visual space, okay? We're connecting with the ball and extending all the way through. So we don't want to get, like, again, too choppy. So this is kind of what I see a lot. It's something like this. That's not creating effective spin. That's offensive. What we're looking for off this ball, okay, is we want it to bounce super low on our opponent's side and skid. So when players make contact too high, it's not going to bounce quite as low on average, and it's not going to create what we want. So we want a really nice forward energy, so it's skipping a little bit more. Okay, so we're just opening up that paddle, brushing the ball. Again, it's not like a super hard strike. It's really a brush, opening the paddle and learning to move more from your fingers and your hands. Okay, the most important thing, again, on your forehand, the non-dominant side is going to help you turn so you get your arms extended. Okay, I don't want to be hitting a ball from here where I'm pulling and my energy goes backwards. I want that forward motion. Okay, and I want my contact point, contact. That is your priority. Open paddle face, okay, from this position, not a closed paddle face, open. This is what we're looking for, okay, so that's why I think tip of the paddle, a little bit up, that's going to create your energy for you.